China is rapidly expanding in the South China Sea, building military bases, artificial islands, and pushing global tensions to the brink. Is this just strategic defense, or the first step toward a major conflict? Streamline News uncovers the hidden military buildup, geopolitical stakes, and the terrifying risks that could change the world forever. Are we sitting on a ticking time bomb? Stay tuned for the shocking truth. The South China Sea is a vital artery of global commerce, serving as a crucial link between the world's major economies. It is a critical sea lane, facilitating the movement of goods and resources across continents. Over 1/3 of global maritime trade flows through its waters, making it one of the busiest maritime regions in the world. This represents trillions of dollars in goods annually, encompassing everything from electronics to raw materials. Oil tankers from the Middle East transit the South China Sea, delivering essential energy supplies to East Asian economies, fueling their growth and development. Raw materials and manufactured goods also crisscross these waters, linking Southeast Asia with global markets and fostering international trade. Beneath the surface lies a wealth of natural resources, including vast reserves of oil and natural gas. The South China Sea holds vast reserves of oil and natural gas, which are crucial for the energy security of many nations. These reserves are hotly contested, leading to geopolitical tensions and territorial disputes. Fishing grounds in the region are vital for the food security of multiple nations, providing livelihoods for millions of people. Control over these resources carries immense economic and strategic weight, influencing regional stability and power dynamics. The sea's waterways are not just trade routes. They are strategic choke points that can impact global trade. The Strait of Malacca, connecting the Indian Ocean to the South China Sea, is one such choke point crucial for international shipping. The narrow passage could be easily disrupted, impacting global shipping lanes and causing significant economic repercussions. The South China Sea's importance goes beyond economics, extending into the realm of international diplomacy and security. It plays a pivotal role in regional power dynamics, with nations vying for control and influence. Control over these waters offers a nation significant military advantages, including strategic positioning and defense capabilities. This includes the ability to project power and influence far beyond its borders, shaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. China's actions in the South China Sea are bold and controversial. The region, rich in resources and strategic importance, has become a focal point of geopolitical tension. Since 2014, China has engaged in a massive island-building campaign. This ambitious project has seen the rapid transformation of the maritime landscape. They have transformed submerged reefs and rocks into artificial islands. These once uninhabitable areas are now bustling with activity. These islands are equipped from radar installations to missile batteries. The islands are fortified to serve strategic purposes. Runways, hangars, and deep-water ports now dot the Spratly and Paracel island chains. These facilities enable the rapid deployment of military assets. These are not mere outposts. They are fortified positions capable of supporting sustained military operations. They are military bases in all but name. The level of infrastructure and armament is comparable to any established military base. They host advanced radar systems, missile batteries, and fighter jets. These capabilities significantly enhance China's defensive and offensive reach. China's actions are a clear demonstration of its growing military might. The frequent military drills and parades underscore this point. They also signal its ambition to dominate the South China Sea. Control over this region would give China a significant strategic advantage. The artificial islands serve multiple strategic purposes. They act as unsinkable aircraft carriers and naval bases. They extend the reach of China's Navy and Air Force. This extension allows for greater projection of power far from the mainland. They give China the ability to monitor and potentially control vital shipping lanes. This control could impact global trade routes. They also reinforce China's expansive territorial claims in the region. The presence of Chinese flags on these islands is a clear statement of sovereignty. The speed and scale of China's island building have alarmed the international community. Many nations are concerned about the potential for conflict. Neighboring countries with overlapping claims view these actions as a direct threat. Tensions in the region have escalated as a result. The United States sees China's actions as destabilizing. The U.S. has increased its military presence in the region in response. China claims almost the entirety of the South China Sea, a region rich in resources and strategic importance. This sweeping claim is based on historical usage and the so-called nine-dash line, which China argues has been recognized for centuries. The nine-dash line is a vague demarcation on Chinese maps, lacking precise coordinates and clarity. It encompasses most of the South China Sea, an area that is also claimed by several other countries. However, this expansive claim is disputed by international law and neighboring countries, including the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, governs maritime boundaries and aims to ensure fair and equitable use of the world's seas. According to UNCLOS, coastal states are entitled to an exclusive economic zone, or EEZ, which grants them special rights over marine resources. This EEZ extends 200 nautical miles from their shores, allowing them to exploit natural resources within this zone. Within this zone, coastal states have sovereign rights over resources such as fish, oil, and gas, which are crucial for their economies. China is a signatory to UNCLOS, which means it has agreed to abide by its rules and regulations. However, China's claims in the South China Sea far exceed what UNCLOS permits, leading to significant international disputes. In 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled against China's claims, stating that there was no legal basis for the nine-dash line. The ruling found no legal basis for the nine-dash line, effectively invalidating China's extensive claims over the South China Sea. The court also stated that China had violated the Philippines' sovereign rights in its EEZ. Despite this, China rejected the ruling outright. It continues to assert its claims, ignoring international law and the tribunal's decision, leading to ongoing tensions in the region. This defiance of international norms has further escalated tensions, with potential implications for regional stability and global maritime security. China's actions in the South China Sea are not just about construction. They are increasingly assertive. China conducts frequent military exercises in the region. These exercises involve warships, fighter jets, and even ballistic missiles. They are often seen as a show of force. China has also declared an Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZs, over parts of the South China Sea. This ADIZ requires aircraft to identify themselves to Chinese authorities. This declaration is contentious. It overlaps with the ADIZs of other countries. These actions have led to several close encounters between Chinese forces and those of other nations. Warships have shadowed each other. Fighter jets have engaged in tense standoffs. The risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation is a constant concern. The South China Sea has become a tinderbox. Any incident could spark a wider conflict. The stakes are high, and the consequences of conflict would be devastating. In recent years, Southeast Asian nations have increasingly asserted their sovereignty in the face of China's growing influence. From economic partnerships to military alliances, these countries are forging new paths to ensure their autonomy and security. It's a complex and dynamic geopolitical landscape, but one thing is clear: the balance of power in the region is shifting. The South China Sea has long been a region of strategic importance and contention. Over the years, various nations have laid claim to its waters, leading to a complex web of territorial disputes. The region's rich natural resources and crucial shipping lanes make it a flashpoint for potential conflict. As tensions rise, the world watches closely, understanding that any misstep here could have far-reaching consequences. In the vast expanse of the Pacific, nations are constantly navigating a delicate balance of power. Alliances are formed and tested as countries seek to protect their interests while avoiding direct confrontation. The presence of major military forces adds to the complexity, making diplomacy and strategic partnerships essential. The Pacific region's stability hinges on this intricate balancing act, where every move is carefully calculated. When considering the potential outcomes of these geopolitical tensions, experts run through numerous scenarios and calculations. They weigh the risks and benefits of various actions, trying to predict the responses of other nations. This process involves a deep understanding of historical context, current alliances, and future aspirations. The goal is to find pathways that minimize conflict while maximizing strategic advantages. The economic and geopolitical implications of these tensions are profound. Trade routes, resource access, and regional stability are all at stake. Countries heavily invested in global commerce watch with bated breath, knowing that disruptions could ripple through the world's economies. Geopolitically, the outcomes could redefine alliances and power structures, shaping the future of international relations for years to come. China's island expansion isn't just about territory. It's about power, influence, and a potential global conflict. The question is, will the world step in before it's too late? At Streamline News, we break down the stories that shape the future. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, understand the real global power struggles, and get expert analysis on major conflicts, hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Smash that like button if you found this report insightful, and let us know in the comments. Do you think China's island strategy is a defensive move or a global threat?